man was horrified to discover that this hotel shrinks a little every other night. To confirm his suspicion, he tied a rope between two opposite walls. When he woke up the next morning, the once tight rope had sagged. The length of the rope hadn't changed, which could only mean that the distance between the walls had decreased. He immediately shared this terrifying news with all the chefs. Even more frightening, this hotel has no exit. The chefs and the guests have been living here for almost 10 years without ever leaving. If the shrinking continues, their living space will become smaller and smaller, eventually crushing them completely. Strangely, no one else seemed to care about this except him. The chefs worked together and threw him out of the kitchen. Jack was originally just a magician. He had a magic show at a cafe in this small town and had temporarily checked into a nearby hotel. But the next morning, when he packed up and tried to leave, he couldn't find the exit no matter how hard he tried. The stairway he had used the previous night had turned into a wall. Judging by how old and worn it looked, it didn't seem like it had just been built. As he stood there puzzled, the old pipe suddenly began to shake violently, clanging with metal sounds. Then the walls started to vibrate too. Jack leaned his ear against the wall and listened carefully. He heard a powerful thumping sound, like a heartbeat. Next, the corridor lights began to flicker. Small doors opened at the base of the wall. Amazingly, a band walked out from inside, playing music as they slowly approached Jack. Every strange event left Jack more confused, not wanting to cause trouble. He stepped aside with his luggage to make room for the band, but after just one turn around a corner, he collided with a waiter carrying food. The waiter smoothly passed his tray into Jack's hands. The head waiter ahead didn't seem to notice and just kept instructing details. And just like that, Jack inexplicably became part of the hotel kitchen staff. He followed them into the kitchen. Besides the endlessly busy chefs, the most noticeable thing in the kitchen was the ingredients. It seemed like every dish was made with eggs, chicken eggs, duck eggs, goose eggs, quail eggs, and many more. They were being constantly delivered from a conveyor machine to the back kitchen. Jack stood there, not knowing what to do. The head waiter forcibly put an apron on him and made him start working, but the chef across from him suddenly seemed to see something terrifying. He immediately lowered his head and focused on work. Jack turned to see what it was. The head chef was staring at Jack with a cold, emotionless expression.